So that is a dub. Caitlin Clark got the triple-double in a ugly win against the Sparks. But you know what? Sometimes winning ugly is what it takes. Sometimes winning ugly is what it takes to win a game of basketball. And for anyone who is new to this channel and you are enjoying this content, subscribe. We're trying to hit 32.4K subscribers by the end of the day. That would be absolutely insane if we could hit 22 or 32.4K. That would be unbelievable. But we're seeing this right here. We're seeing it right here. The team is winning ugly, which is a big thing. Like, people that don't understand, like, the Fever sucked today. Like, the Fever really sucked. And that is completely fine. That's completely fine. Because they won. Like, we saw them kind of win ugly against the Dallas Wings. But these are games that you're like, teams, it's tough. Like, it's not an easy thing to win a game when you're playing badly. Like, thanks, and I will thank all the donations at the end of recording this. But like, it's not an easy thing to win when you're playing badly as a team. Like, Caitlin Clark to start the game, she had 9 points in the first half. She had like 9, 6, and 5 in the first half. And then she had 9 points like near the end of the third quarter. Ended with 24. She had a stretch where she had 9. She obviously had 9 points. But she had a 5.30 seconds. Like, she literally, it was like, hit a 3, got a steal, scored. And you're like, she's got 14. And suddenly that was a game-changing play. But for the Sparks, they just shot there were different stages in the game where they shot the lights out. Like, Azare Stevens was 4 of 10. She had 3 air balls, but was 3 of 6 from 3. She had 13-11. Hamby was okay, I thought. Rickea Jackson, really quiet. A poor game. A poor game from Rickea Jackson, I felt. But all in all, it's all good. And for the people on the stream, if we could get 1,000 likes on this, that would be insane. That would be insane. There's 2,000 of you guys in here. But Lee Rue, I thought, was quite poor. Ray Burrell and what's her name? Kia Nurse were just hitting shots. Kia Nurse with 13, Ray Burrell with 16. Kia Nurse 3 of 9 from 3 in the end, but I think she was like 3 of 5 at one stage. Like, she was doing extremely well. And look, she always cooks the Fever. Like, Kia Nurse tends to cook the Fever every time they play. For Odyssey Sims as well has cooked the Fever every time. For the Fever, it was sloppy. It was sloppy from the whole team. The turnovers were bad. Like, Kelsey Mitchell with 3 very poor turnovers. Caitlin Clark with, I would say, 5 poor turnovers. I would say of the 7 turnovers she had, 5 were poor. I think from what I can remember, 1 was like Aaliyah Boston just fumbled. Like, she fumbled 1 where it was kind of, she had a seal and then 1 the ball was thrown straight at her and fumbled. But I will still say 5 of the turnovers were bad passes. Katie Lou Samuelson, I actually didn't think did anything wrong. She hit free throws. She played a bit of defense. I thought Erica Wheeler, even though she's -1, her energy was great. I thought the team really struggled with Dantas in the game today. They really did. I thought Aaliyah Boston, her movement off the ball was what she did well today. I still don't think she had the greatest game as far as when she had the ball in her hands, but I do feel like she was always in the right position. She was sealing well, and she came up huge down the stretch. She came up absolutely huge down the stretch. I thought Nalissa Smith was brilliant in the fourth quarter, and Lexi Hull. Lexi Hull, like, biggest possession of the game, missed 3, Lexi Hull offensive board. Like, absolutely insanely good game from Lexi Hull. Like, you might be saying, oh, she played 30 minutes, had 4 points, and was +1. But, like, it's the plays that matter. She made huge plays down the stretch. And Caitlin Clark was unbelievable. Like, she had her triple-double. Again, 10 assists. Could have been 17 assists with the way they were playing her. Like, they literally blitzed her at half court. They blitzed Caitlin at half court every single time. Every single time she came off a screen, they blitzed her at half court. And all she was doing was, let me just get it to Aaliyah. Let me just get it to Aaliyah. And Aaliyah was there making decisions. And then a lot of the time off the blitz, Aaliyah was diving instead of going for a short roll. She was diving into the post and sealing whatever the help side defender was, and Caitlin was making these wraparound passes to her for layups. Like, she just completely controlled the game. And again, turnovers are going to happen when you blitz. When you blitz and play hard defense, like the Sparks did, when you start blitzing one player, turnovers happen. Like, they're going to happen. And the fact is that suddenly the team gets tired. You tire at the other team with these blitzing. When you're playing a blitzing, trapping defender, your entire team has to be disciplined. And Caitlin Clark took advantage of that. Every time the blitz didn't come, anytime she was like in transition, she was able to get open. She was able to get an open shot whenever she wanted in transition because she knew that they were expecting a blitz. Every time she drove right, whoever the on-ball defender was expecting to have to push, to have to over-push up, expecting a blitz. And a lot of the time, she was driving right and able to pull back left an awful lot. If you looked at this game, she took one dribble right, pull back left, and got open every single time because the defender was having to push up a little bit too much because that's what they have in their head is we're blitzing. So even in transition when the blitz isn't there, they're pushing up. So she's able to get that space on the pullback. Caitlin Clark also shot a drive left one-leg fadeaway midi. She shot a couple of mid-range shots, and you're like, this is a new animal. Like, this is not the player that we saw before the Olympic break. This is the player that we saw in Iowa that people thought was going to come straight in and be the best player in the W. And look, I'm not going to crown her better than Aja Wilson right now, but I'm going to say she's better on offense than Aja Wilson. Like, I'm going to say she's better on offense than Aja Wilson. And I don't understand where the stat padding triple-double came from. Like, they were up 7 points and she caught a rebound. She caught a long rebound. Like, if the Sparks made the shot, she gets 9. Like, it is what it is. Like, that is the dumbest argument I've heard. But, like, so what would you have wanted her to do during a game that is still a ball game? Subbing her off? Subbing her off? Like, that is the only thing that you would, like, what? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, it's a ball game. Like, no one was dribbling out the clock. LA took the shot. If LA were dribbling out the clock and she was screaming, shoot it, fair enough. But like that didn't happen. But Aaliyah Boston stepped up big time today. Again, there were 2 spells in the game. I still think she wasn't aggressive as she could have been. Aaliyah Boston could have had 40 in this game. Like, if she was willing to just go, bam, one dribble off that. If she was willing to just turn around and shoot that mid-range shot, I know she missed 1 or 2 of them, but if she turned around and hit that mid-range shot a couple of times, because she was open on every single possession, they were willing to let Aaliyah Boston beat them. And Aaliyah Boston was very, very good. But if she was a bit more aggressive, she could have had 40 today. But still, that was a good win. And I mean this. Fever were terrible. Like, they were absolutely terrible. Like, awful. But it doesn't matter. Winning ugly is a thing in basketball. Winning ugly is extremely important in basketball. And people don't realize that. And you sometimes have to win ugly. And that is a second triple-double of the year for Caitlin Clark. Obviously, no rookie's ever done it before, and it is 2 in a season for Caitlin Clark. And yeah, to be fair, she's also had a couple of ones where she's been like 1 rebound off and a little bit off. So it is a big one. It is an absolutely big win right there. And winning ugly is how you win championships. You have that winning DNA. This is a team that knows how to close games. They're winning outside of the Storm game and the Sun game early in the year, and then the Wings and Chicago Sky games. They've closed out so many. They've closed out so many games. And look, this was a game they won without Kelsey Mitchell playing well. Like, Kelsey Mitchell plays well, this is comfortable. So, really, really good. Really, really good win. And let's keep that energy for the next